Hi again, everybody. Welcome to USA Hockey Arena in Plymouth, Michigan. USA Hockey Arena is the home of USA Hockey's National Team Development Program. And we're speaking with U17 assistant coach Todd Krygier. Todd, thanks for your time.
My pleasure.
Taking on the Madison Capitols this weekend, and your team is coming off the World U17 Hockey Challenge, getting a bronze medal. What did you like about your team in that tournament, playing really in their first international tournament as a team?
I thought our biggest accomplishment really came in the last game. You know, it's tough to play in that bronze medal game, you know, and being so disappointed as we were losing to Canada White in the semifinal. So it's kind of one of those situations where, you know, that we still have to show up and we have to play. And I thought that we did a real good job on that last game.
So some real maturity, even though your team is really young. I mean, they're just a young hockey club. They showed some maturity.
Yeah, and the reality is we only lost one game. You know, we went there, won all our games except one that we needed to win that game. But at the end of the day, it was overtime, you know, and things happen, you know, in hockey. And I think our guys are working hard. They care. They're trying to do a good job, and we can see their development and progression. Of course, we were disappointed not coming home with the gold, but at the same time, I feel like in our development and progression that, you know, they did a nice job when we had to.
If you could point at one or two things you've seen from the beginning when this team reported in August to now, what would those two good points be?
I think, you know, our team, I think our goaltending's been excellent. You know, that, you know, of course they have some tough games, you know, and we play against tough teams, but we've had really solid goaltending. I think our D-core has been really strong, you know, and they defend well. And I think from a forward standpoint, we have a lot of speed, and we have guys with the ability to score that are learning to make plays to do that now.
So some of the so-called experts out there that you see say this is a very talented group, the 09 group. You work with these guys every day. You travel with them everywhere. What would you say about that?
I think they're dead on. You know, they are a talented group. They're good guys. They're learning. We're working through, you know, things. We're coaching them from an NHL level down. So we're a lot of times, you know, they don't know how to handle when we're so hard on the details, and when we're really, you know, making sure that they're accountable to all the things that we're trying to do, because as they get to college, we want them prepared for that. When they get to the NHL, we want them prepared for that. So each step, we're trying to prepare them from the NHL down for each step that they take in their career.
So your team's been off for about the last 10 days, playing in international competition, now back in the USHL. What kind of adjustment is that for the players, or is there an adjustment?
Well, we're gonna stay focused on us. I think our adjustments have to be the way we play, the grit, determination, the work ethic, you know, the ability to use the abilities that we have. We're setting things up structurally that the guys can use creativity, can make plays, you know, and I think the biggest difference is now we're going back to the older age. You know, we went back into our age group and did a really good job, saw where we stand. You know, I think with that we can be far better and better than our opponents. But we've got some steps to take, and I think this next 6 games in the USHL before we go to Finland, it's going to be huge.
Todd, thanks for that. We'll talk again.
Thank you, Pete.